We're here with Luffers ahead of our match this weekend against Dorchester. Luffers, how's the week been?
Yeah, good week. Yeah, obviously a bit disappointing with Saturday's sort of postponement of the friendly and then Tuesday night's cup game being called off because of the weather. It's obviously made it a little bit more difficult in terms of having a look at certain players that we were keen to do so. But we've you can only in non-league got to get used to games being called off. So we've worked hard this week. The boys have done a fitness session on Tuesday, and then we've worked hard last night in terms of our shape and what we want to play against Dorchester, and some new messages taken on board. Nothing groundbreaking. Back to basic stuff more really. Ready for hopefully we sort of split our season into two. We've got a new training venue that we go to next week, which we're really excited about. So yeah, this is sort of the end of the first part of the season, and we'll get more time with the boys from next week, which will absolutely help us in terms of being a bit more structured, a bit more organised. But yeah, good week, and we're really looking forward to the game.
Obviously, the disappointment with the postponement of the friendly, but did you find maybe that the training ground kind of helped the training match?
Um, well, I think again, it would do if it was this time next week. Really, we don't get a lot of time with them. We obviously inherited a situation where the club didn't train last year, so it had no training facility. So we've worked really hard as a management group and board of directors to find something suitable for us. With the exposure we've had probably in the last month, 6 weeks, I think it's reflecting our performances. We're getting an hour with the players, which just isn't enough. So we moved to SGS on Monday nights, and we've got that whole facility from 6 till sort of 9:30. So we've got analyst room, gyms, ice baths, you name it. We'll have it there, and that just gives us that more professional feel that we're going to need. So yeah, it hasn't helped. In all honesty, we've had to work hard more on the fitness than actually on the training ground. But we're not making any complaints. We are where we are with it, and yeah, like I said, we can sort of leave that behind in the past now, knowing that we've got somewhere better to go.
A lot of Peacocks fans are excited with this announcement last night of Charlie Cummings joining the club. How important will he be until January?
Well, that's down to him. I try not to overhype any signing or underplay any signing. Charlie's got great pedigree. I really liked him last year at Mousehole and had eyes on him there, and he played more as a right wing back, right centre half there last season. And then he played against us for Paul in the FA Cup game, and I'll be honest, I thought he had a really good game. He played a little bit higher up the pitch. Obviously, Paul had a tough afternoon, sort of giving up a 2-goal lead, but he was one of their bright sparks. We see him as something a little bit different for us. We see him as a lad that can break up the ball for us and be defensively sound and give us a bit of a platform. And at the moment, we're looking at that as a 6-week window. We've obviously lost Josh Hours, which was a big blow for us. Josh come in and he was someone that we wanted to add for a little while to the group, and so Charlie's coming to replace Josh, and it's over to him, I guess. He'll be keen to impress. We haven't got him in yet to train with us, so that obviously makes it more difficult because he was playing Norwich City's under-23s on Wednesday, so can't expect the lad to come in and train with us on a Thursday. But he's got all the tools. He's a hard-working lad by all accounts, and not by all accounts, he's a hard-working lad, and by all accounts, a really good person, and that's really important for us. So yeah, I think he's got all the tools to be a really good player for us.
You mentioned a bit on Josh Hours there. I just want to touch a bit on the fundraiser that you set up. Did quite a nice amount raised as well. How important does that show? The non-league community getting together.
Really important, yeah, and you don't want to see any non-league player get injured or professional at that point. It's so it was a tough one for us a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, big thank you to everyone that's put their hand in their pocket to contribute, and that will make Josh's financial situation a lot easier. I've said in sort of numerous other platforms, Josh lost a job opportunity. His insurance payout because of a 7-day calling off period. He got a new one when he moved to us, so he was unlucky in a lot of instances. So yeah, hopefully that will help him, and he's got less burden of sort of worrying about money while he's trying to recover from his injury. And hopefully it won't be too long, and we can have him back in around the training ground in a non-contact capacity. and then in the new year, getting back on the pitch for us.
More onto Dorchester then. What can the fans expect on Saturday
From us or them?
from us?
From us. Well, consistent. What I want to get to, and it's really difficult. I'm answering this question, and ultimately, I was very I was very upset after the Wimborne game when I spoke to you, Josh, as was plainly obvious. So the players sort of owe us a little bit. They owe us a performance. So they've been a bit inconsistent. They've given us some brilliant moments. So they've given us some tough afternoons, and I'll wear the responsibility for that. But we've got to get to. You're asking me what to expect from us at the moment. We need to be able to show some level of consistency. So what we expect as a management group and what we put into place, which no doubt the players are fully aware of, is a really hard-working, gritty, disciplined display. We want to be tougher to beat. We want all the good things to continue. We want to keep being good with the ball. We want to keep creating chances. We want to be easy on the eye, but mixed into that, we want a bit more grit, a bit more fire in the belly. A few more bodies getting back behind the ball defensively. So we've worked on all of those things. We've talked those things through. Like I said, not really have the time that we'd like, but we'll continue that work into next week. So I'm hoping, Josh, that that you're going to ask me over the next couple of weeks what we're expecting, and I've got a bit more of an idea of what sort of performance we're going to deliver, and that then gives us a platform to really kick on. But hard work has to be at the forefront of everything that we do going forward, and I'm not going to accept anything else other than that. But I think probably we've had one or two performances this year where we quite haven't delivered that. So yeah, hard work in display mixed in with some football.
And finally, is there any tiny little bit of team news we can give the fans?
Yeah, no secrets on any of it. Obviously, Ollie Woodhouse is suspended. It's his fifth booking, which has come at a nice time because Ollie wouldn't be available because of his injury anyway. Obviously, Josh Hours is out. We've recalled Matthew Spiller, so Matthew Spiller's back with us from Crib, so he's in contention. We've extended Morgan's loan, which will be happening and processed over the next sort of week, 10 days. We agreed that with Weston for a further month. So again, we've got him for a little bit longer, which is great, which gives us good balance and depth in the fullback areas with Eddie Jones as well. Owen Brain is back to full fitness, which I'll touch on Owen. But Owen's going to be a tremendous football player. His season ain't quite got going yet. He's had some really good moments, but probably on a consistent level hasn't got to the levels where he'd want. And by November, if you'd have told Owen he was only on 2 goals at the start of the season, he'd have been disappointed with that return. So that's going to be like a new signing to us. So we're really looking forward to getting him going this season, because I think he will add, certainly when we got the ball, he's going to add loads for us. And other than that, yeah, clean bill of health, other than Josh and Ollie. But those two are big blows, we talk about hard work, intensity, grit, all of those things. Ollie Woodhouse in particular for us this season. Obviously, Josh has played a smaller part, but Ollie's given us all of those things. Him and Jake Hodgson have been the two sort of go-to players in terms of getting 7 out of 10s every week from a defensive point of view. So he'll be a miss. We're still looking to sign 1 or 2 more bodies to just get us through. We're really, really close to where we want to be as a squad. I think everyone forgets just how much of a turnover of players we've had. We've got nobody left from last season, and for us, that's obviously when you're signing 18, 19 players, you are going to get 50% of those right at best. So we're still 1 or 2 short of where we'd like to be long term, but we were probably, of my heart of hearts, and I couldn't say this at the time, obviously, but in September we were 7 or 8 short. So we've done a really good job in season to replace and replenish the squads, but we're 1 or 2 probably short of where we want it to be, and a centre half is probably paramount for us. We've obviously got Jack Matthews on loan from Plymouth, but with the exception of that, we've only got 2 recognised centre halves in Toby and Ollie, and when we fluctuate between a 2 and a 3, that makes it a bit more challenging. So yeah, there's a long answer for your team news, obviously going into the future, but I'll touch on what a good side Dorchester are. we know how good, Olaf in particular, Gonzalo and Shaq, the centre forwards are, and they've got great fullbacks. The goalkeeper's a powerful boy. The centre midfielder Jordan Ngalo, very very good with the ball at his feet. They had a tough one on Tuesday. Obviously, I watched Tom's interview, and he was very very unhappy with their performance. So we're expecting them to come out all guns blazing, but hopefully they're going to be met with power, intensity, and a bit of ferociousness from us as well. I think we're still hurting from that Wimborne game. So I hope the supporters. It's not a long trip from Taunton. It's one of the closer ones. We don't have many close away games, so I'd hope that we get a few more supporters than sort of the longer trips, and they're going to be vital for us, because I know that Dorchester's fan base this year have been loud and sort of getting behind their team. So as have us. But yeah, just anyone that's sat on the fence about whether they're coming or not, we'd really like your support, and I will make sure every single one that turns up is going to get a performance from the Taunton players this week that they're going to be proud of, and that's our big thing. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Cheers, Luffers.
Top man, cheers, mate.